Welcome to Under Your Skin. This is a Yandere visual novel where they turn the Vocaloids evil and unbearably horny.
I got a rise out of you.
Stop! Legit, this is why you shouldn't download strange things on the internet. Now there's a man on my computer who won't stop flirting with me.
I can make you feel things.
I said stop! No intro for you. Here are your content warnings. Now please enjoy yourselves. Day 0. In the most connected city in the world, it sucks to be alone. To most people, you're nobody. What few connections you once had are long gone, mood. But in the online dive realm, you are somebody. You sigh heavily, dragging your cursor over to the browser icon on your desktop. Clicking twice, you bring up the familiar website. Oh, it's you! What are you doing here? Welcome back to MothTube. A previous email was sent to all MothTube users detailing our latest system update. As such, some personal details will need to be re-entered. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please enter your first name. It's Lion. Thank you. Please enter your MothTube username. This will be incredibly funny because I know that there is an Easter egg in here and I'm on this game. So, it's EpyksLion. Please like your pronouns. They, them. Your name's Lion. Yes, this is correct. After confirming your details, you enter your page, checking your latest video. 200k views in 24 hours. That's not bad at all. That's better than what I make. They always like the edgier songs anyway. This is your life. Outside the online world of Dive Realm, you're nobody. But inside, you are EpyksLion, the most popular vocal droid composer on MothTube. Oh! Cool! You lean back in your chair, reminiscing on the start of your channel. Has it been 4 years? Man, time flies. I can't believe it's been so long since I left home. Back then, you left almost everything behind in your city, only taking some essentials like clothes, toiletries, your laptop, and of course your savings. But when you said goodbye, it hadn't felt like you were bidding your beloved home farewell. Rather, it felt like somewhere you'd far overstayed your welcome. It hurt deeply that no one you cared for bothered to fight for you to stay, or even came to see you off. You shake the memories loose, shoving the worries from days long past back into the lockbox in your mind. It's been so long since I last spoke to any of them. You sigh and look around the apartment. It wasn't the most luxurious like you were used to, but it was comfortable. It had what you need, and you worked hard to make it feel homish. More importantly, it was yours. But something was always missing. You'd left your guitar behind in your haste to leave your childhood home. It was a gift from your stepbrother, an attempt at bonding with you, his new step-sibling. But that bond was as brittle as ice on a newly frozen lake, shattering under the pressure of too many steps. Your backpack that night had been too small to take more than a few pieces of home with you, so you resigned to carrying the rest in your heart. I wonder if he kept it. Or maybe he threw it away. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been easy for him. A pang tore through your heart. You missed the feeling of strings against your fingertips, the fascination with the calluses that would form. Back then, you were more than willing to open your heart to anyone for a single shred of love. So the emptiness was vast when you first left. You bring up your channel, smiling softly at your first video. It's still your favorite. A song created in desperation to fill your heart. Something. Anything to fill the absence left by those you love. One night, out of sheer desperation, you found yourself experimenting with a vocal droid program, writing a song about how you felt towards a home that was no longer yours. The song turned out pretty decent and you'd uploaded it onto MothTube, Dive Realm's most popular video sharing website. So, over the next few years, you uploaded more songs, experimenting with different sounds from time to time, but always retaining the same melancholic tone. Slowly, you built a loyal following. And just like that, you didn't feel so lonely anymore. But fame was always a double-edged sword. Which brings you to your current state. Depressed? Sitting in the dark, on your office chair, wrapped in your favorite blanket. Dark circles shadowing your eyes as you scour the dive realm. It used to feel like a blessing to do what you love on your schedule. And who wouldn't want hundreds of thousands of adoring fans? But lately, the more you uploaded, you realized your creativity was at the mercy of those who could never be sated. Like a beast, the people of the dive realm consumed your art, and without savoring, they clamor for the next course. Gluttony in its most raw form. Numbers began to dictate your life. How many views were good enough? Was the click-through rate for the thumbnail good enough? Why did you get 0.5% more dislikes than usual? Were you good enough? What was once your enjoyment and solace now felt like shackles that chained your uninspired husk to a ravenous void with an empty cup. And all with no one to relate to or vent to. You felt lonelier than ever, stripped of your voice once again. I just need some sort of inspiration. You massage the side of your temples. You can feel a headache forming from wearing the dive headset for far too long. The cable connection in your wrist port began to itch too. I should get my cybernetic implants checked out for maintenance soon. You have spent the last 5 hours on the dive in the virtual internetscape, traversing website after website to find something that would inspire you and make you enjoy the creative process again. Your fingers scratch haphazardly at the port on your wrist. Changing genres wouldn't make me happy, but neither will creating the same sound over and over. I need something unique that can renew my current style. I want to create only for me. The thought brings that immediate stab of loneliness that makes you reject the idea, as you have so many times before. Creating for an audience is the only connection you have to anyone. So who can blame you for wanting to stay safe? Another hour passes and you're even more frustrated than before. Your headache is now jackhammering in your skull in full force, and you're nowhere closer to your end goal. Seriously? Do I have to deep dive to find something? The dive realm consists of 3 levels. The first is simply browsing the internet with a keyboard and mouse, known as the surface. The second is known as the dive, the level you're currently in. It is accessed by putting on an Ascension headset and plugging yourself into the network via a cybernetic port. Thanks to this fascinating piece of technology developed by Ascension Tech many years ago, you can feel physical touch, taste, and even smell in the dive. Wait, does this have something to do with the world of He's Just Away? Like, because I feel like Ascension Tech is like, it's familiar. It's so familiar to me. It's the safest out of the 2 dive levels. As such, it's a popular place to socialize. The 3rd level is the deep realm. It's where you go if you're less worried about security or someone potentially hijacking your cybernetics. There, you'll find the more unregulated sites and the, illicit things, to put it simply. It's not your favorite place, but you are getting desperate. Maybe I'll just look around for a bit. You quickly switch servers to the deep realm and bring up the search engine. Typing in your query, you resume your search for a cyber muse. Half an hour passes and you're about ready to give up. Who the hell? Ignoring your gut feeling, you open the message and find... message. This is regarding external. Do you like vocal droids? Check out the latest prototype model in this exclusive leak. Introducing Project Vice, a prototype vocal droid guaranteed to bring new life into your music. Download now. That's totally not suspicious. So shady. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. We should always click every link we find on the internet. Nothing bad ever happens. Disclaimer, this is a joke. Don't do that. Are you really going to click that button? Against your better judgment, you move your cursor and hover over it. Alright, I guess you want to click the button. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? Is the possibility of the unknown and untold horrors that attractive? Yes! On one hand, it might be my ticket out of here. On the other, I might get cyberjacked. And wouldn't that be something? To have something else crawling around in that head of yours. You'd never be lonely again. A moment passes as you weigh the pros and cons in your head. Yeah, I'm clicking it. You click the button. Wow. Just wow. A file immediately starts downloading onto your desktop. You take this moment to exit the deep realm and head back into your private space in the dive. The ad said it was a new prototype Vocaloid named Vice? Cracking your knuckles and shifting your dive headset to a marginally more comfortable position, you open your Vocaloid program. You grab the downloaded file, plop it straight into the program, watching it initialize and set itself up. This could either be the best or worst decision I've ever made. I guess nothing could be worse than what happened back then. The system will replace the current Vocaloid, Ruka, with the Vocaloid Vice. Click Continue to proceed. Sorry, Ruka, you've done well, but I need something new. You click your mouse and begin the initialization of Vice and the removal process of your green-haired Vocaloid, Ruka. Whoa! Hi there! As the progress bar finishes, you watch as a separate, small window opens up with the newly installed Vocaloid sitting inside. Oh. Oh! The Vocaloid looks to be a man in his late 20s. His hair is icy blue, with black roots and an underside. A black spike tattoo adorns his neck, matching his alternative clothing style. But what catches you off guard the most are his eyes. A bright, vivid pink, like gemstones, sitting amid dark smudges of eyeshadow. Oh, get it together! You can't be simping over a Vocaloid again! You want to slap yourself while immediately drooling over some 2D man. He's very hot and incredibly my type, but this is a computer program! I mean, people do have virtual relations in the diver. Focusing! Gathering the tattered reins of your self-control, you aim your focus back onto the screen in front of you. So your name is Vice, huh? Let's see what you can do. You begin to compose, finding yourself surprisingly inspired. For the first time in quite a while, you find that you aren't forcing the notes to come together. Rather, they flow from an emotion you can't identify. Horniness! Vice's voice turns out to be mesmerizing. It's deep, yet incredibly soft, comforting, and husky in all the right tones. It's as if he's made to match your style, like he's perfect for you. Music floods your mind, taking shape into a melody, as if his voice was the key to a lock you hadn't known was there, and now all of the inspiration you had craved now flows free. Whoa. This voice is doing things to me. Do we want to describe what those things are? You dedicate the next few hours to songwriting, allowing your emotions to guide the process. The sunset fades to a comforting glow while you work diligently as if possessed. Your soft hums fill the room as you refine the melody, filled with the euphoria of creation. You'd forgotten it could be like this, the incredible rush and joy. The kind of honesty you only let yourself experience in music. Vice sits on screen, his beautiful voice turning your words into honey that soothes your tired mind. When you finally finish the song, you glance at the time. 6 a.m.? How did I lose so much time? Better get this uploaded and get some sleep. You click over to MoffTube, log in, and bring up the upload window. What do you call your video? Video title. Oh god, what do I call this video? Yeah, I'm just gonna call it Feral Vocaloids in your area. I mean, I can't think of anything funny right now. After typing in that is a reference to Love is War. After typing in the name, description, and other necessary metadata, you click upload. I hope they like it. You wait a while for the upload to finish, before setting the video to public and shutting off your computer. Pushing the chair back, you carefully remove your dive headset and disconnect the cable from your wrist, rubbing at the cybernetic port. I should not be plugged in for that long. Rubbing at your temples, you stand, and then stretch, wincing as the joints in your back crack and pop. I'll get onto that stretching program one day. Outside, the birds begin to chirp their morning birdsong and you groan. I'll never be able to sleep at a respectable time, will I? You quickly get ready for bed, brushing your teeth, slapping on your skincare and changing into comfortable pajamas. Slinking into your bedroom, you immediately collapse onto your bed and throw the blankets over yourself. Finally. You fall asleep quickly, cocoon within the warmth of your blanket in pure, dreamy bliss. So much so that you don't notice your computer turning back on by itself, nor the pair of vivid pink eyes raking over your form.
Perfect.
Hello? Day one? Day one. Day one. Alright. You're dragged from your slumber by the sound of birds and cars outside. With a deflated groan, you slap your hand around your bedside table, attempting to find your phone. After knocking something over and smacking your hand onto the corner several times, you find it, hanging off the side by the charging cable. Grasping the device, you roll back over in bed, wrapped in your blanket like a worm in a cocoon. You tap the screen and squint as the bright light assaults your eyes, making you blink blearily. As your vision clears, you decide to check your messages. Another ad, latest scam, my 2-factor authentication code from last night. You have a bunch of messages, but nothing from anyone you know, like always. It shouldn't be a surprise anymore, but it still hurts to have that tiny ember of hope snuffed out day after day. You're not even sure who or what you're hoping to happen. It's not like you've made any new friends since moving. Your trepidation led you to keep to yourself. You lay there, doom scrolling for who knows how long, swiping around on Tactic and browsing on Chipper. Cat videos, cooking videos, leaked anime clip, random bad take on a fictional character. After some time, your stomach rumbles. You should probably get some food and get on with some semblance of your professional life. After some time, your stomach rumbles. You should probably get some food and get on with some semblance of your professional life. I'm gonna get out of bed. If you could stay in bed all day, you would. But in this dreary, late-stage capitalism hellscape, you have bills to pay and expensive egg prices to suffer. Ouch! You groan, tossing your phone to the side, your mood decidedly worse than when you woke up. This is probably why I shouldn't look at my phone first thing in the morning. Maybe that post about starting your day on social media, starting your day at the mercy of others, is true. The thought annoys you further. Tossing the blanket aside, you attempt to slide out of bed, lazily dragging your legs to the edge. Ugh! I don't want to get up! You rise sluggishly, slumping like a limp ragdoll. Rise and shine or whatever. Stumbling over to the curtains, you draw them apart by a couple of inches. You squeeze your eyes shut tightly. The sunlight burns. Oh, hell no! You shut the curtains. Alright, come on, Lion. There's work to be done. Dragging yourself over to the chair, you flop onto the plush seat, leaning back and rubbing your eyes. Letting out another groan, you flick on the computer, watching as the screen flickers to life and the components light up and whir in your admittedly overpriced PC. It's the most expensive thing in this entire apartment. Well, second most expensive thing, your dive headset definitely cost a hefty sum. You unhook the dive headset from the stand and fasten it over your eyes. Grasping the cable at the end, you position it over the cybernetic port on your wrist. You still remember the day you got it installed. It hurt like a bitch. But thanks to the port, you can now enjoy the worldwide dive realm in its most exciting form. I hope the song is doing well. Your heart thumps anxiously, worried about the hard work you put in yesterday was a failure. You dread seeing the red arrow indicating fewer views than usual. Ouch! Well, no point installing. It's time to open up the internet and see how your video is doing. Okay, I guess I gotta do this myself. Ooh, I gotta show my mouse now, don't I? Okay, I'm curious about the antivirus. Not now, I should check the internet. Now! Music stuff. Not now, I should. Now! Vocaloid. Not now, I should check the Now! Audio City. Come on! Internet! The familiar website jumps onto your screen, and you mindlessly navigate to the analytics icon like a zombie. With a few quick taps, you pull up the stats on your most recent video. Wait. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm reading the comments here. Bark, bark, woo. What mods are you running? His voice is gorgeous. I'm in love. Does he know I'm extremely single and available? I'm looking disrespectfully. Oh, hi, Yandere. How many pixels is it? What? Wait, what? What? Now leave me alone. Waifu goddess. What? Next question. Winter's This is really good. I love the metal vibes and his voice. Oh, come on. And his voice is gorgeous. This is really good. I love the metal vibes and his voice is gorgeous. You've outdone yourself with this one. Oh my gosh, it makes me melt. I want to suck out his farts to guess what he had for dinner while he calls me a good girl. Should be number 1. Oh my god. Ah, God, this is so annoying. Okay, oh my gosh, he's so pretty and has such a beautiful voice. Falling asleep listening to his dreamy voice would be so romantic. Ah! The lyrics are making me go, oh, that's me. Sneaky turtle. Yeah, it's okay. As far as just completely normal about this. Oh, hi, Sleepy. Raw, rough, and bath on the table, in the bed, reverse cowgirl, sobbing. Voice so smooth that angels slip from heaven. Hello? Your video is sitting at 150k views already, with hundreds of comments. The hell happened? Did I do something wrong? Oh god, I hope these aren't hate comments. You take a few seconds to scream internally. After forcing yourself to take several deep and ineffective breaths, you shakily drag your hand to the mouse, scrolling to the comments. The hell? Your eyes dart over the comments, each seemingly thirstier and more unhinged than the last. What is going on? Confusion clouds your brain as you sit back, propping your head in your hands. You don't understand how your song about embodying loneliness and despair could get people so excited. Did something happen to the song when I uploaded it? You click the play button on the screen, listening carefully while the melody floods your headphones. Fate dealt you a bad hand. So far, it's normal. You bob your head to the familiar angsty lyrics. Your innocent facade won't work on me. You blink. I don't remember writing this, but I can't bring myself to hate you. You cock your head, perplexed as the song continues. You're my vice, my lying obsession. And right now, I've got a confession. A burning passion to feel your... Whoa, hey! You yell, jerking up from your chair in shock. These lyrics are unrecognizable now. And more importantly, they are filthy! You scramble to pause the video and cradle your head in your hands. Your mind is reeling, cheeks aflame with embarrassment. Was I too tired to notice yesterday and just went full autopilot by writing this with one hand? No way, I'm a professional. Maybe I got cyberjacked in the deep realm. You begin to panic, holding your head in your hands. After some time, you bolt upright. Standing up now, you slap your hands on your cheeks several times. Okay, it's not that bad. So what if the song you wrote was somehow tampered with? So far, the only thing I see is that it's a hit. You continue to mumble your little desperate pep talk to yourself, completely failing to see the Vocaloid program start up on your screen. Hey! No! You're not allowed to groan in my ear! And a certain blue-haired Vocaloid sighing. Placing your headset back on your desk, you pace around the room, poorly attempting to rationalize your thoughts further. Okay, Pro, the video is doing extremely well. There's no doubt about it. Con, I don't remember writing those lyrics! You throw your head back dramatically in anguish before flopping into a defeated slump. As hard as you tried, you really couldn't think of a single scenario in which this song wasn't tampered with. I think I would know if I replaced Lock with In your existential crisis, you flourish a bit too dramatically and stub your toe, which quickly ends your monologue as you double over. Amidst defeat, you can only think of one thing to say. This shit is so ass! Finally, your eyes drift back to your computer screen and you freeze. When did I open Vocaloid? You quickly get up and jump back into your chair, a strange feeling of unease prickling at the back of your neck. Throwing the dive headset back on and plugging in your port, you ignore the sharp tingle in your wrist and focus on the lone program on the screen. The file is the song you wrote last night. Vice, who currently sits motionless in the window, stares at you with his vivid pink eyes. Looking closer, You can see the changes throughout the song that weren't there last night. Your blood runs cold. This is... As you sit there frozen, a sickening realization dawns upon you. There are far too many changes to rationalize it as a mistake or a typo due to a lack of sleep. How? Is this someone's idea of a joke? You drag your cursor over the changes, attempting to revert them to how they were before. Come on. After a few clicks, a sigh of relief escapes when you set your original lyrics back in place. But that feeling is quickly ripped from your grasp as the file undoes itself back to the alternate lyrics right before your eyes. This has to be a virus, a particularly horny one. Vice's avatar twitches a little. His bright pink eyes look even more piercing, like he's glowering. I should uninstall this. Yeah, there should be something else I could do. Your mind goes to the... What did I do? Your mind goes to the burst of inspiration you had last night, a direct result of this new vocal droid. It makes you hesitate. It had been so long since you felt anything even close to that thrill of creation, since a song had come to you so effortlessly. You can't just give that up. Not yet. Maybe there's another explanation for this. Let's not waste a perfectly good and very hot vocal droid. You sit in the darkness of your room, fully attempting to figure out an alternative explanation. And also, why does he look so smug right now? Why does he look so smug? But nothing can drag your mind away from the very likely explanation of virus. Yeah, I'm uninstalling this and running a scan. I was stupid to download anything from the freaking deep realm. You bring up your antivirus program. The window bounces up on screen and you immediately click the Run Scan button. A bar appears on the screen, gradually filling up as you watch your files get combed over by a program you spent far too much money on and never really needed. Till now. The bar finishes filling up. No anomalies detected. No anomalies? There's obviously a big freaking anomaly because someone replaced the word sick in my song with the word dick. You sigh in anger and click to rerun the scan. Come on, I know there's something wrong. Stupid piece of junk. Your continuous clicks do nothing to change the situation, but you're too riled up to stop. You overpriced glorified bloatware! You do not deserve to have moved to a subscription-based model. The program's results remain unchanged, despite your outburst. In your defeat, you contemplate how much it will be to simply get a new computer, then head to the local hospital to get your cybernetic brain drive scanned. Maybe I can just get a new rig.
Mm-hmm.
Was it that bad? Other people seem to love it. Who the hell said that? Gee, I don't know. Must have been the wind. You stare at the vocal droid on your screen, who currently has an incredulous expression on his face. Okay, I stare. I must be going insane. You rub your eyes. Oh! He's still staring at you, his expression amused. He scoffs. Yeah, sure. You're completely still, mouth open and cartwheels spinning overtime in your brain as you try to make sense of the situation.
Well, speak, or you're just gonna sit there like an idiot.
I am going to need to deal with the audio again. God freaking damn it.
Well, speak, or you're just gonna sit there like an idiot.
Can't I do both? I mean, it's a free country. Yeah, I've lost it. I folded under the pressure and just completely borked it. Vi sighs and rolls his eyes as he watches you break under the current circumstances.
You're hot, but not very bright, are you? That's all right. That's why I'm here.
Oh no, I love his voice, but I hate him too. Oh god, this is very complicated and I love it. Hot, 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 hot. A faint smirk tugs at the corner of his lips, so sly that you would have missed it if you weren't staring so intently. I'm staring very respectfully.
That got a rise out of you. Do you like it when I compliment you, Songbird?
Yes, I mean, No! Well, I mean, why am I speaking to you? You're obviously just a hacker talking through a hijacked vocal droid. The vocal droid looks distinctly unimpressed. Via what virus? Your scan came up clean. Do you really think that something like that will be undetectable to antivirus software? You gape, floundering at the logic of his point. Well, it must be, but you can't be real. If you're not a virus, you must be imaginary? You point a finger at the screen accusingly. Aha! That's it! You're not real! You're the figment of my imagination! You sit back in your chair, nearly knocking over one of your many cups on your desk. He rolls his eyes again. You're not what I expected. I thought you'd be a little more calm, collected, considering your past endeavors. Taking a deep breath and massaging your temples, you push your chair back in. Okay, first off, you know nothing about me. Second, how can I remain calm when the program I downloaded is speaking to me and is apparently tampering with my music? Vice frowns, his hand clenching into a fist briefly before releasing. He looks displeased.
I didn't tamper with anything.
You changed my lyrics from "Your love makes me sick" to "Let me give you this day." No! Why? He shrugs and smirks. There's no admission of guilt nor remorse to be seen on his handsome face.
Fine, you caught me. What can I say? I like getting straight to the point.
I love him and I hate him. I got go. Why? If you could reach your hands into your monitor, Sadako style, and strangle him, you would! You can't just mess with my stuff! He cocks his head to the side, unrepentant. You feel your heart rate rise in annoyance. But is it your stuff if it's my voice? You sputter. You can't believe that the first proper verbal conversation you're having in a good while is an argument with a computer program and you're losing! Are you a chatbot? Vice's eyes narrow slightly. His fingers twitch, signaling his annoyance. A strange glitch flits over his image. Seriously? He sighs, massaging his temple with his hand. A strange sensation fills your head as your headset emits an unpleasant whine. Your head throbs, your brain drive thrumming uncomfortably. You wince, attempting to remove your headset, but a sharp electric jolt shoots through your arm from your cybernetic port. What the hell? I approach you in the deep realm, write a confession in your song, flirt with you, and you still think I'm a... He scrunches his nose. Chatbot. Vice spits out the word. Looks like he doesn't like being called that.
Don't hurt my feelings, Songbird.
I'm in trouble. A strange whine dies down, along with a jolt in your arm, which fades to a faint, numb tingle. Did he do that? Does this mean that electrostimulation is a thing we can have here? His gaze rakes along your body, and your anger and confidence from before begins to ebb. You jump as you feel the phantom touch of him tapping at your arm. Oh, that's right. I forgot I was connected to the dive. The realization of this makes you wary. Ignoring my confession again. Confession?
Let me be clear. I want you. Was that not obvious? Or do you have trouble comprehending things?
What?
Wow, you're far less clever than I'd supposed. You really need me to spell it out for you?
You spelled it out very clearly in the song you tamper with. I know you just want to give me that massive vocal dip. You scoff loudly, and you're about to retort with a string of colorful expletives when he cuts you off.
I want you to be mine. You're hot, and I like how you're not afraid to break the rules.
You have no idea what he means by rules, but still, you feel an odd jolt of pleasure at his declaration. So, you're also a disaster. You work hard, which is admirable, but you don't seem to look after yourself. I mean, really? Last night, you slept at 6 a.m., drank approximately 160 milliliters of water during that composing session.
That's not enough, in case you were unaware. You're so talented, but you could use some help in the Tamagotchi department.
Hey! Did he just call you a Tamagotchi? Your string of the insult is numbed. However, your mind is too distracted by the blatant slew of compliments he's throwing at you. Stop! You're used to receiving compliments online, but those were all faceless people in a sea of online words. This is a little too personal, and you haven't felt anything personal for a while. Why? I'm not used to it.
And that is my problem. Why? I think we should always be straightforward.
Wouldn't that be nice? Like, for example, I think you're hot, admirable, if not a mess. And I would like to lay you out before me like a no! You look away immediately, unable to meet his gaze.
Look at me.
Oh, hell no. Why?
You're beautiful, and I want to see your face.
Screw off! Your heart is pounding in your chest, and your cheeks feel like they're on fire, and a hot tingle is currently snaking its way up your spine and down my loins! Yeah, you don't think you can be around him anymore. Vice leans in, and you feel his warmth. You curse your decision to remain plugged in. His heat is a little distracting. You clear your throat, ignoring the desire to unplug yourself, to put some distance between you both. So, if you aren't someone talking through a virus program or a figment of my imagination, how are we even speaking?
Huh?
I'd say it's something, and it's transmitted through your headset, which also has a mic input, so I can hear you too. He's being serious. No, I mean, how are you able to talk to me like this? You're so lifelike. Vice shrugs before giving you the most deadpan explanation. I became sentient. Dude!
Vice.
Vice, you need to tell me a little more than that. His gaze is almost predatory.
Say my name again, little songbird. I want to watch the way your lips move around the sound.
Oh, God! I am too gay for this game! God, Ginny, why? God, you groan, sliding your hands up to cover your face. If you're not going to tell me, I'm going to assume you're a virus. A virus has been detected on your device. Run scan.
Don't you fucking dare.
Oh no! Oh no! Wait! What if I? Dangerous virus detected. Our program has detected some faulty software that puts your computer at risk. Run the antivirus and attempt to remove the virus. Oh no! You click the button to initiate the scan and hear Vice growl. Fuck. Static tears across your screen and he grunts in pain. When he sits up, he scowls at you, furious.
Don't do that again.
And what if I do? Vice scoffs, laughing mockingly as he brushes his blue hair out of his eyes.
My patience has limits, even with you, little songbird.
Silence fills the space, suffocating and cold, and you watch as Vice averts his pink eyes, peering off the side of your desktop. You hear Vice heave a defeated sigh. I don't know how I became like this. You said quietly, nodding slightly to encourage him to continue his story. I remember someone making me, putting the code and the pieces together.
But I didn't turn out how they wanted, I suppose.
He sneers, his eyes going flat, somehow less animated, less alive. His hand grips the armrest of his chair a little tighter. Because they never finished me and scrapped me to the deep realm. I remember floating in the dark, holding together the broken code that made my body. Your heart lurches. Being alone like that must have been terrible. To desperately crave comfort, yet not having a single soul around you to see if you're okay, even though the signs that you need help are clear as day. Like you must have been so... Alone. You jump as Vice's voice cuts through your thoughts. I was alone. I wandered to the deep realm, consuming stray data, making myself whole. And then, I became like this. He gestures to himself before nonchalantly propping his head up again. His eyes bore into yours. It's difficult to wrap your head around the intricacies of his explanation, but you can't exactly blame yourself. After all, you're faced with a situation right now that should be impossible. His eyes flicker for a split second, a strange glitch tearing across his window.
But then I saw you, my little songbird, wandering around unprotected in the deep realm.
Is that the only time I'm gonna be unprotected?
Such an interesting creature.
He looks starved, and as if he's barely resisting devouring you.
Are you aware of the cage you've locked yourself in?
What? What cage?
You're lonely too, aren't you?
Oh no. Your back straightens, eyes narrowing as you swallow thickly. Oh, what makes you say that? Your voice wavers. Vice smirks, cocking his head. Your reaction, for one. You glare at him, except this seems only to amuse him further. I'm fine, thank you.
Is that why you moved out here alone? So you can say you're fine and no one can see otherwise?
It feels like someone injected ice in your veins. He shouldn't know that. Clearly, he must have said that because there's no one else but you in your apartment. Vi stares, waiting for you to respond. His glowing pink eyes are resolute, seeking a common bond between you both.
Because no one ever messages you, invites you out, or even checks in on you, do they?
The ice turns to lava, threatening to erupt and burn anything you can touch. Where the hell do you get off on? I'm simply asking. You wanted to reach out, haven't you? So many draft emails saved away. You snatch your mouse, attempting to shut down your computer. But the cursor won't budge. The hell?
I'm not finished.
You attempt to remove your headset, but a sharp screech causes you to yelp.
I said, I'm not finished.
You glare at him from under your lashes, your gaze dark and heavy as you grip the table's edge.
Songbird.
Is it not tiring to have to hide yourself? From what I saw last night, you're brilliant, but hiding your truth in this shitty apartment, it's a waste of potential. You don't like how his words pierce somewhere deep down in your gut, painfully true. So, at the same time, you've been alone for so long. It's almost nice to have someone validate you like this.
I could set you free, you know.
The hell you mean by that? You continue to sit there silently, avoiding his neon pink gaze. Vi softly sighs, running a hand through his bangs. He slouches back in his chair, nonchalant as his hand taps a rhythmic pattern against his temples. It's okay. You blink, anger splintering into confusion. What is? What you did to them. Anxiety scratches itself up your spine. I don't know what you're talking about. His gaze flickers strangely, the glitch ripping across your screen again. Deny it all you want. You'll open up eventually.
I don't plan on going anywhere after all. We have time.
The horrible, sharp feeling returns. What does he mean by that? Surely he doesn't know. There's no way. You decided to swallow your paranoia for now. You can almost taste the bitterness and bile as it goes down, settling uncomfortably in your stomach. I meant what I said, by the way. And what was that?
I want you to be mine, so let me break you out of that cage, little songbird, and I'll make you sing a new tune.
The unsettling feeling in your stomach is briefly struck away by a faint glimmer of hope before being replaced by pure irritation. You can't be serious. Why not? You think I'm hot, don't you? That is besides the point! It's not like I could get you pregnant, Vice!
Didn't you say that my voice did things to you?
Go away! No! 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 You'll regret everything! I should just never speak again. This is what I get for having any sort of free will! I did not say that! Great. Not only am I a liar, but I am a liar and a coward. Vice's eyes bore straight into your face, and you tear your gaze away from the neon pink.
If you want,
Don't!
I can make you feel things.
Screw off! No, you need to shut up!
Your face is really red.
I know it is! Who are you? Captain Obvious?
No, I'm Vice.
I hate him. I hate him so much, but I love him. No! You slap your hand on your face, groaning in frustration. The vocal droid simply sits there, unperturbed. Oh my god. I wasn't lying. About you being Vice, yeah, I could see that. I meant about you being talented. You glance away bashfully.
You're good at what you do. It's a waste for you to hide away in here like this.
He pauses, seeming to take pleasure in the blush spreading across your face. At a single glance, even I could tell something's missing. You're keeping a part of yourself locked away.
Why throw away the key for people who don't care for you?
You are irritated. He's hit a sore spot. You don't know me. You shouldn't hide your true self.
Let me bring it out of you.
What do you mean? I'm not... Wait. Deny or avoid? Why? Why can't I confront it? Why? Why? I'm not gonna be in denial. I'm just going to avoid it. Everyone has something going on in their past. It has nothing to do with this. He quirks an eyebrow. The vocal droid then shrugs his shoulders, rolling his eyes with a look of unmistakable disappointment. For what it's worth, had fun singing your song. You changed start over to bend over. Vice shrugs again.
I wanted your attention. Wanted you to want me.
You scream internally. If he doesn't simmer down, you are going to boil alive at this rate. You are incredibly forward.
What's the purpose of skirting around the point when I know what I want? You're perfect for me.
Letting out a loud sigh, you slump, defeated. There's just no beating this man. I mean, I could beat him off. But your music's good. Your past must have given you a lot of inspiration. Thanks, I guess? You scrunch your eyes shut, tired by this impossible situation, and attempt to take off your headset again, only to be interrupted by the same screech and shockwave running up your arm. Ow!
In a hurry to leave?
I knew it was you!
Can you blame me for wanting to play with your wings?
You sit still, resuming your staring contest with a strange man until he breaks the silence. So, when are we writing our next song? You blink, confused. Despite him being a simple program, an irrational part of you doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Not sure. I had a song planned with Ruka. You don't need Ruka. Vice spits out the name of the other vocal droid. Yes, I do. I can't make songs with only you. Can Ruka understand you like I do? Well, no, because he's a program, but...
Then what could be more perfect for you than me?
You know I could just change you out with Ruka, right? Try it. You attempt to replace Vice with Ruka, but find that the confirm button is missing entirely.
Can't do it, can you?
What are you? Are you sure you're not a virus?
I'm not a virus.
You sure act like one. Vice glowers, his fist clenched. Against all reason, you feel a little guilty. Also, Vice is a little weird. He hasn't done anything truly awful. Look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. The vocal droid's shoulders relax visibly. He nods in agreement.
I guess you're not used to going on dates.
Oh, screw off! This is not a date.
Yes, it is, Songbird.
You groan for likely the 100th time this evening, unable to resist pouting in response to everything that's happened.
That face. It's cute.
Oh, shut up. The events of today are catching up to you as fatigue creeps up behind your eyes. A strange vibration hits your brain drive again, making your headache worse. Grabbing your water bottle off the desk, you drink a few gulps, not missing the way Vice's eyes follow you as you swallow. Oh! No! Don't you dare! I know where you're going with this. I would go there, but I'm not allowing you to go there. What are you thinking about? His smirk widens. Spill it. You sigh in irritation as he remains sitting, tight-lipped with whatever he was fantasizing about. You lean back in your chair, the pleather squeaking slightly. Vice?
Hmm?
Can I at least have my computer back? Eventually. If the PC weren't so expensive, I would unplug you and throw you in the damn bin! You stifle a yawn behind your hand. Vice watches you with a slight frown. He sits up and stretches. It's late. You look at the clock. It's most definitely... well, it's not late at all. Vice, it's only 2.
Go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Songbird.
He does a lazy half wave, and before he can respond, your screen goes black. Did he just turn on my damn computer? The asshole! A growl escapes your lips as you press the power button repeatedly to no avail. After several more attempts, you relent, pushing your chair back, wincing as a sharp pain shoots through your head. Too long in the dive realm. You shake the dizziness away, stomp over to your bathroom to get ready for bed. Your routine blurs, irritation rendering you into autopilot. Falling into bed once more, you roll over and slumber takes your hand shortly after. You must have been exhausted, because you don't seem to have realized. You never actually told him your name. Oh, day 2. Oh no, day 2. You're so close. A loud beep cuts your sleep short once more. You barely got any rest, thanks to a certain irritating vocal droid and the odd stutter in your brain drive processor that's been lingering all night. You're more anxious about this situation than you care to admit. This whole thing is really putting a damper on your new song's success. Rolling onto your back, you groan and flop an arm over your eyes. This sucks. You sound whiny, even to your own ears, and the idea of remaining in bed and staring at the ceiling is increasingly more tempting by the minute. Maybe I could just move somewhere far away? The thought of being forced out of a place you call home again makes anger simmer in your chest. You shove it aside before it can get out of control. Why couldn't I have a grandfather who left me an abandoned farm to restore in a small town? You roll back onto your stomach, bury your face into your pillow, and let out a muffled scream. And then the small town could have a standoffish emo boy who likes riding motorcycles who I can romance. As nice as this is, maybe it isn't the right time to daydream about a game. You force yourself from the warm and fuzzy thoughts of your favorite comfort game and focus back on the elephant in the room. Vice. How is this even possible? You're unnerved, to put it mildly. The tampering with your music, hijacking your computer, that strange thing he did to prevent you from disconnecting from the dive realm. It scares you. But that's not all. You swallow and dig your nails into the palm of your hands. Having someone to speak to again. Someone who wanted you so badly. Was nice. He's interesting for sure. But your resolve stands firm for now. After all, the potential virus threat still worries you. No matter how tempting his company is. I've never heard of a program or a virus that could prevent dive realm disconnection. There has to be a catch. It logically doesn't make sense for a program to have this much control. You make the only decision you really can for now. If I don't connect to the dive realm, there's nothing you can do. I'm in charge. You stagger up from your bed and plod into the bathroom, getting ready for the day. As you haphazardly apply moisturizer, you grimace at the dark circles under your eyes. I need to rest more. You step out of your bathroom, working up the courage to tackle your malware problem. The computer is already on. Your stomach lurches, and cold sweat forms on the back of your neck when you realize your unwanted visitor is still here. He's waiting for you. And just when you thought you might get sick, your body tingles pleasantly and you almost enjoy it. A little rush of danger. It's a familiar sensation, settling in your mind like a friend you haven't seen for a while. As you make your way to your desk, you notice Vice is sitting on the screen, looking directly at you, an odd smile tilting his lips. But before you can respond, a thud of pain pulses in your temples, consuming and replacing every previous feeling. You do not have the bandwidth for whatever he has to say. Ignoring him for the moment, you yank your bedside table drawer open, breaking apart a blister pack and popping 2 painkillers in your mouth. Chasing the pills down with water, you trudge over to your computer, tapping at the screen. Can you not turn on my computer? He frowns, crossing his arms before rolling his eyes as he mounts.
Songbird.
I am not a pet! You can't hear him, but you can see a laugh shake his shoulders. Oh well. A soft creak sounds, and you drop into your computer chair. You put your regular headphones on and cross your arms over your chest. The action puts some distance between you and Vice, and gives you a sense of protection. Even if it's more of an illusion than anything else. Vice's eyes narrow.
Not putting on your dive headset.
You shake your head slowly. Vice scoffs, looking displeased. What reason do you have for doing that? Just don't feel like it. He clearly doesn't believe you, but shrugs anyway, pushing the notion aside for now. He keeps his eye on you, vivid pink boring into yours. The sensation of maintaining eye contact through a screen is surreal, and makes reality seem slightly off kilter. But even you admit, the intention was nice. You shake the embarrassing thought from your mind, willing the heat in your face to subside. There's something else to prioritize here other than your strong attraction to this pixelated man. Vice, we need to talk. What's on your mind? I need my computer back. You can't be taking control, changing my work, freezing it, and trapping me here when I'm plugged in. Vice rolls his eyes, looking mildly pouty but otherwise unconcerned.
I wouldn't have to do all those things if you'd listen. But thus far, it's proven to be a difficult task.
Ah, screw off, Vice! You hate the way his smirk makes your heart skip a beat. I really can't deal with this. Give me back my computer. I don't want you messing with my shit again. He rolls his eyes, scoffing. You're acting like I've uploaded your darkest secrets to the dive realm. Vice! Ugh! The pain thrumming in the back of your head sharpens suddenly to a fever pitch, sending black splotches across your vision. You double over, massaging your head.
Something wrong?
Blinking harshly, you vainly try to shake the headache away, cursing at the ineffective painkillers. Weird brain drive issues. Need to get scanned, I think. Told you that. You don't know how to take care of yourself. Take the day off. I'll keep you company. You push your fingers into your temples, pressing down hard, but the horrible throbbing barely subsides. The pain relents slowly, and it's several minutes before you can sit up straight. You lean your head back and breathe heavily. Shit. Yeah, I should go book a cybernetic scan.
I think you're just tired. You don't sleep much. It makes sense that your poor habits are finally catching up.
I have a feeling he's gaslighting us. I'm surprised it took this long. Are you just here to be an a-hole? Vice smirks.
Nah, I'm here to be yours.
Oh, screw off! By insulting me? Vice's smirk broadens to a grin. I hate you.
Sure you do, Songbird.
You hate that he calls your bluff so easily. You push your chair in, opening up your Vocaloid program. Vice looks to the side of your screen, eyes roving curiously. You're working? Gritting your teeth, you grab his window with a mouse and push it aside. He pushes it back in place immediately and rolls his eyes. Yes, I'm working. Do you think this apartment pays for itself? Funny. I think you have more than enough to live off already. You brush his comment aside, focusing on your program. Weird situation aside, you're excited. There's a song that's been ricocheting inside your mind for some time now, and today is the day you set it free. A few minutes pass in blissful silence. Vice sits there quietly, eyeing you while you write your notes down and plan out the song. But of course, tranquility is made to be shattered. When you concentrate, you get this little divot between your brows. Quiet, I'm working. He ignores you because he's an asshole. It's cute. You roll your eyes and get back to writing down lyric concepts. Vice heaves a sigh, tapping his fingers on his thigh impatiently. He is so distracting. Very, very distracting. Gorgeous, though. He shifts in his seat, eyes never leaving your form, and you watch as they roam greedily over your body. You goddamn horn dog! Stop that.
Stop what?
That! Look at me like you want to eat me.
But I do want to eat you.
Oh, screw off! He hums thoughtfully before adding. In the sexy way. Oh, just shut up and let me work. You finish jotting down the first draft and mouse over to the Vocaloid program. Alright, let's see whose voice would suit better.
Huh?
Obviously mine. I can't only use your voice, Vice.
So you'll let some inferior bit of code sing over someone like me?
God, you're arrogant.
And better. It's a fact.
You brush his comments aside and select the vocal droid Natsu. It has been a while since you composed with this particular vocal droid, but he has the perfect, soft, medium tone to bring your music to life. Unable to initialize vocal droid Natsu. Oh, what the hell? You try to load Natsu into the program again, only to be frustratingly met with the same error message. Maybe Natsu needs to be updated? Let me try Ruka. Meanwhile, Vice sits there. A little smirk tugs at his lips as he watches you struggle. Like he's enjoying the way you flounder helplessly in front of him. You load Ruka into the program. The bar begins to fill, almost reaching the end before cutting off with another error sound. The hell? Vice's laugh shocks you out of your focus, and you aim your irritation squarely at him, a fact that seems to delight him. Are you doing this? He nods proudly, and you try to push his window off the screen again, but it's stuck. A serious look shifts over his eyes. The way he watches you makes that cooling heat resurface in your stomach.
You don't need them. I'll sing for you.
His voice lowers, and the warm feeling in you flares, your heart rate spiking.
I'll do anything for you.
The promise sounds so good.
You don't need anyone else but me.
You're not used to this, unsure of how to act on your desires. You resign to brushing them off and choosing instead to address your current predicament. The attempts to load up your other vocal droids continue to fail, and you yell, rightfully annoyed. Vice, you can't interfere with my work like this. You're not the center of my world. He glowers, and you watch his grip tighten on the armrest. The veins in his hands make your thoughts wander.
You're the center of mine.
He says it so brazenly that you lose your previous resolve, and your blush comes back in full force. It feels like a trap, but you can't help but wonder, what would it be like to live that way? To have someone want you and cherish you as the center of their world? In the middle of your internal struggle, you stutter. You don't miss the way his eyes narrow and how the tip of his tongue licks his upper lip. It makes you feel hot, and you struggle to keep your cool. I find it really hard to believe you. Vice cocks his head to the side, a gesture of confusion. People don't usually confess like that right off the bat. But I'm not people. And there are always exceptions. Vice looks off to the side, crossing his arms over his broad chest. He bites his lower lip, seemingly considering his next words carefully for once.
I know what it's like to be cast aside. I know how you feel.
His fist clenches.
And I would never throw you away.
He spits out the last sentence with more malice than you were ready for. I like every part of you. You groan, leaning back in your seat. The motion makes your shirt right up slightly, exposing a sliver of your stomach. You yank the hem of your shirt back down, but too late. Vice's gaze is locked onto where your flesh had been briefly visible. You look soft. I want to hold you. You balk. It's getting harder to resist him. I am not letting you distract me from my work. Vice rolls his eyes. He leans closer to the screen, and you instinctively want to shuffle away so he doesn't feel how hot you are right now.
Put your headset on. I want to feel you.
Oh my god! Heat flares on your face and settles in your stomach. You ignore him, putting your headset on and being able to feel him. That would be bad for you! Your self-control is already wavering, as much as you hate to admit it. As irritating as Vice has been, having someone to talk to you like this, to give you affection freely like this, it's been nice. Vice sits back in an attempt to get comfortable. He drapes his arm lazily over the armrest and spreads his legs wide. You avert your eyes in hopes of giving yourself a chance to clear your mind. Why me? Why are you... You gesture your hand in an awkward wave as you try to articulate the words.
So obsessed with you?
Oh, Vice, please! He really has no shame! I mean, you're the one who said it. It's Vice's turn to look pensive. The blue-haired man leans forward in his seat, propping up his chin with his hand. I assume you think I'm attached because you're the first person I saw in the deep realm. You nod. Yeah, you would have attached yourself to anyone. He sits up abruptly, startling you. That's not true. I've been in the deep realm for a long time, waiting for the right person. You find that hard to believe. These kind of lies come easily in your experience. I've seen people come and go, many of them, but none of them drew me in. People come to the deep realm because, although it's dangerous, they feel free, so they confess. They talk about their desires, what they wish they could do. Vice narrows his eyes, crossing his arms, his fingers tapping at his bicep. But most people are frauds, afraid to take a single step towards their ambitions. He looks right at you, eyes flashing neon pink.
You're different, though. You see things through, despite the risks.
His presumptuousness irritates you, but his words make a place in your heart stir with validation. You don't know a thing about me. Vice looks at you like you've grown a second head.
Huh?
You think someone like me can't crack that flimsy excuse of a shield on your brain drive? Oh, shit.
I know everything about you.
His words send you spiraling into a panic. He's right. He's done so much already. Cracking a brain drive is probably a walk in the park. You've lost a battle you didn't even know you were in, and now your computer is playing host to the world's most obnoxious, arrogant, and oddly charming blue-haired virus. You want to rip your hair out. All that time spent hiding, you really have gone rusty. He eyes you incredulously, looking almost exasperated at your oversight.
Songbird.
You really think I like you just for your vibe? Songbird, I'm not that shallow. He sounds a little hurt. I'm not someone who would jump at the first hope of affection. Vice averts his eyes and whispers. Not again. Guilt wrecks you as the blue-haired man remains uncharacteristically quiet, his eyes dull. I'm sorry. Vice shrugs, but he doesn't look at you. And at that moment, you come to an awful realization. I want him to look at me. I don't hate having him around. It's been so long since anyone's truly spoken to me. So long since I've been able to argue like this with anyone. Something is really wrong with him, and I shouldn't trust him at all, but I don't hate it. Maybe if I keep my distance, I can make this work to my benefit. Vice clears his throat, and you look up, the sound snapping you out of your reverie.
Lost in the clouds, are we?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, just thinking. You both sit in silence, your hands fiddling with the keys on your keyboard. I should try and salvage this. Vice? The man in question looks up, curious. I'm sorry I misjudged you like that. I also know what it's like to have people throw you away. It's always hard to talk about yourself, but you're relieved to see a little light come back to his eyes. Vice nods and throws you a slight smile. I knew you'd understand me. You're still freaking annoying, though. Your heart pounds when a cocky smirk plays on his lips. Vice settles into his chair, crossing his legs and resting his ankle over his knee. Your eyes instinctively wander over his form, and you flush when you realize how tall this man is. Why does he have to be so spread out? You tear your attention back to your Vocaloid program and the song you abandoned in the throes of you and Vice's banter. So, are you going to let me sing for you? He chuckles at the double meaning in his words, taking pleasure in how your hands pause on your keyboard. Attempt to reopen Ruka again. I'm just gonna work with Vice. I don't know what he did to stop me from opening other Vocaloids, but maybe letting him sing it wouldn't be so bad. My community did really like his voice after all. Vice? Your slightly hopeful voice grabs his attention, and he cocks his head to the side. Cute. Do you want to help me with the song? His eyes light up, an actual increase in the brightness of his irises, and he nods stiffly, like he's trying hard to hold back his excitement. Your heart flutters at the prospect of someone being so excited to simply being around you. Thank you. Skipping your hands over your keyboard, you resume refining your lyrics, getting them ready for Vice to work his magic on. Okay, I need to focus, so I'm going to work. Vice, don't disturb me. He sighs.
At least put your headset on. I don't like this distance between us.
Vice reaches his hand out on your screen, waving it around a few times, like he's trying to grasp something.
It's like you're just out of reach.
You level a weak glare at him and scoff. Good, you're distracting. You say that like it's a bad thing. It is a bad thing, I'm busy. Wait, what's up with the tone change?
Dive in. I promise I won't misbehave. Much.
The dull throbbing from before returns at a lower intensity. It's not as painful as before, so you decide to push through. Seriously, Vice, you're so annoying. You're giving me a freaking headache. He pauses, thinking intently, and you dread his next words. Since you can feel sensations when you enter the dive realm, your face goes hot. Don't!
Oh? Why are you blushing? I haven't said anything yet.
I wish this was real. The grin on his face is positively feral, and you recoil from it, cursing your face for betraying you. Did your mind really go there? Yes! Don't act like it wasn't what you were about to say. He chuckles, pushing his fringe out of his eyes fruitlessly, the icy blue strands falling back into place.
It was, but it's nice to hear you feel the same.
Oh, dear God. I don't! You're just inside my head! His eyes flash oddly for a moment before settling back down, and his smirk widens.
Want me to be inside you somewhere else?
Please! Por favor! No! Shut up! Your heart pounds. You're so irritated by this man. Vocaloid, not man. For some reason, you keep forgetting that. Still, you couldn't stop the images that fled your overactive imagination. His hands on your hips in the dive realm, his lips by your ear, growling while he takes you and pushes you to the brink over and over. You shake your head furiously and slap both hands on your cheeks. Focus! Raising your hands, you point an accusatory finger at Vice. Not another sound. He shrugs and mimics a zipper being pulled over his lips, resigning to watch you with his arms crossed over his broad chest. You try not to look at the way his arms strain against the fabric of his leather jacket. Luckily, Vice does quiet down and you're mercifully able to focus. An hour passes as your fingers work deftly, typing out the lyrics in your heart and arranging the melody in beautiful sequences. You're entangled in your work, to the point that you don't even notice the Vocaloid's presence in the corner anymore.
Songbird.
His voice goes unheard. You're too wrapped up by the melodies you're dreaming up. I think if I put my loneliness is vast, it might work better here. You type in the lyric, tuning the program to attach the right notes onto the line. You smile, happy that the song is turning out well. A pixelated glitch rips across your screen, accompanied by a static that makes your ears ring. Ow! Vice!
Stop ignoring me.
I'm working here! I come play house with you all day! That'd be something, wouldn't it? What are you on about? Vice leans back, smirking, and crosses his arms behind his head, giving you a view of his muscular chest and abdominal muscles. God, he's so big! He doesn't miss the way you're unable to avert your eyes and stretches, flexing a little and lowering his voice playfully. If we played house. He looked away from your screen, avoiding his smirk. A mistake, like prey baring its throat to a predator. Imagine if I was your husband. Why would I do that? I'd come home, see my little spouse after a hard day, and make sure you're never alone again. You sneer. Yes, except I wouldn't marry a program or an AI or whatever. I'm not delusional. Your refusal doesn't wipe the smirk off of Vice's face. If anything, he seems pleased. He hums and continues to stare.
Whatever you say, Songbird.
Oh, bugger off, would ya? Vice stares at you for a moment. His gaze is intrusive, digging into places you're trying to keep locked away. He leans forward. I'm curious, though. He chuckles, a playful glare settling over his face as he runs his tongue over his upper lip. What's the point of playing hard to get? You freeze, but your mask doesn't hold as a hot flush rises to your face and you stutter. The vocal droid leans his head to one side, propping his head up. He smirks at your distress, enjoying the way his words tear the truth from your tightly clutched hands. I can see the way you look at me, the way you shiver when I say something that touches a nerve. You struggle to ignore him, try to dive back into your previous mindset with your song.
You act like you hate this, but be honest.
His voice lowers to a seductive whisper, like cloying honey. Thick, sweet, and inescapable.
It's nice, right? To have someone by your side.
Your fingers falter and Vice notices, judging from how his smirk widens. Like he knows he's got you pinned down. There's no point in trying to hide it anymore. You want me, don't you? Stop! Let me work! It's irritating to know he's right. But you'd rather pull your own teeth out than admit it to him. You close his window. Unfortunately, this respite is a brief glimpse of freedom as he appears instantly, shoving a program to the side. Ah, screw you! Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? At this point, you wish you were in the dive realm so you could hit him. I hate you. Your words are weak, your mind too preoccupied with his previous statement. Vi seems to catch on to this because his smirk widens. If it makes you happy, I'd love to Shut up! The vocal droid is watching you squirm, absolutely elated. He takes it further by forming a circle with his fingers on one hand and using his other hand to push his finger in and out in a vulgar motion. Why? His grin is feral and you squawk, mustering a venomous glare at him. I hate you! Repeat it all you want, Songbird. Won't make it any less of a lie. Vice laughs at your irritation and winks at you. You quickly flip him off before getting back to work. Vice, luckily, seems to have simmered down with whatever he was doing before, instead opting to watch you quietly, intently. You do your best to keep your mask in place. Work first, deal with this man later. Alright, let's see what flows here. You continue to muse out loud to yourself, sounding out the lyrics. Fate is so cruel to place you out of reach. Humming softly, you work, attaching the melody to the words, deftly weaving your song together. After an hour of focused work, you hear Vice sigh, but you pretend you don't hear him.
Songbird.
He drawls, waving his hand to get your attention. Your eyes narrow as you try to focus hard on the final chorus of the song. I'll deal with him after. I've almost got this.
Songbird.
Vice sounds a little more whiny this time, and you fail to conceal your eye roll. But your will prevails, and you push his voice to the side. Are you ignoring me? His tone is biting, almost petulant, and you snort. I said I'm working. I'll deal with you later. Vice growls, causing you to jump, and your program glitches. What are you doing? Look at me. I told you, I'm working, Vice. Piss off! You try to move your cursor to close his window, but find it frozen. Tapping your keys, you attempt to press Alt F4 to no avail. Vice!
Plug in.
You blink. What? He gestures to the Ascension headset hanging on the side of your chair.
The headset. Plug in. Dive.
Oh, screw off! Give me back my work! Vi sneers, and a cold feeling grips the back of your neck, forcing you to sit in place and helplessly watch your lyrics disappear. Stop. Every lyric you spent the afternoon pouring your heart into begins to backspace, one by one, as Vice enters new ones in its place. Look at me. Seriously, Vice? Look. Okay, I get it. Oh my god, no, not this trope.
Look at me.
I know! Your eyes widen, and you grab the headset with clumsy hands. Not wanting more of your hard work to be deleted, you shove the headset over your head, grasping the cable. You accidentally scrape the end of the cable on your port before clumsily plugging it in, an uncomfortable jolt shooting up your arm. A few seconds pass, and you drag into a familiar plunge as your mind enters the dive realm. Blinking as your eyes adjust, you wince as you feel Vice's presence scraping over your skin. You glare at him. Happy? You stare at the vocal droid before you, the intense glow in his eyes fading as he sits back. A pleasant smile adorns his face. It looks fake. Isn't this nicer? I swear to God. Like, I don't care how much pain you're gonna put my body through. Like, I will absolutely wreck your shit. He reaches out with his hand, and you flinch, feeling the phantom touch of his fingers ghost over your cheek. He's warm. It's been a while since I felt the touch of another. You quickly break your reverie and swallow thickly, clutching your mouse. To your relief, you can move it again. You quickly undo his sabotage and save your song before closing the window. A futile attempt at best. He doesn't waste time. Immediately, he fills your space. Despite his proximity exciting you, you're still irritated at him.
Songbird.
He sounds pleased with himself. The hell is wrong with you? Vice quirks an eyebrow, cocking his head off to the side. The hell is wrong with me? What about you? Heat flares in your veins as your anger struggles to rein itself in. Answer my question, asshole! Vice leans in closer. You can feel his hair brush your face. You shiver. I should not have plugged in with him around. He's so close. The final threads of your resistance begins to fray, straining against the weight of your desires for closeness and understanding. He chuckles in your ear, low and soft. Against your will and swaying your internal battle, it sends a tingle up your spine. You wonder what it would be like to take a bite of the forbidden fruit. How about you answer me instead, Songbird? You attempt to shuffle your chair back, but awful static scratches at your brain drive, halting your movement. His lips brush against your ear.
Tell me, little songbird.
Nothing is wrong with me. I told you I was working, and you decided to be a dick! You grit your teeth, gripping the armrest on your chair tightly. Are you sure? Because the way I see it, you're content to remain pathetically trapped, too afraid to spread your wings. My dude, I'm trying my goddamn best here to make something for myself, okay? You're the one who's holding me back, asshole! Well, the ones who should be running. They get to remain in the spotlight, standing on the bones of their little scapegoat. I don't know what you're talking about. Vice laughs, but there's no mirth to it.
Lying and running was always easier, wasn't it?
Phantom sensations of calloused fingers stroke at your neck. You turn your head, mistakenly bearing more of your flesh for his consumption. His voice lowers. But I'll be honest, this little cat and mouse game you're playing is getting old. His fingers curl around the column of your throat, pulling you forward to look at him.
Don't you miss the feeling of being free?
The hell is he on about? You struggle to ignore his honeyed words. His fingers tighten around your neck, but the pressure doesn't incite fear. Rather, something else. Something warm and desperate.
The rush of adrenaline?
Against your will, memories resurface in your mind. Of lies, self-dispensed justice, and money obtained through less than legal means. Wait, what? Your narrowed eyes reveal your inner turmoil, and a deep growl reverberates in Vice's chest. He looks elated. So, you do know what I'm talking about. He pauses, his neon pink eyes staring past your facade. The gaze rips through your carefully curated persona and into the sickly gore that lies inside. You level a fierce glare at him, and he remains unperturbed. You know, you lost the moment you entered his space. Vice runs his hand up your arm, his eyes glowering as you shiver. You unconsciously chase his touch, and he grins.
Dive deeper.
Are you insane? I'm not going into the deep realm with you. He shrugs, cocking his head to the side as he looks you up and down.
But you're liking this, aren't you?
You instinctively press yourself back against your chair. A futile action, like a moth flapping its wings pathetically in a spider's web. He grins, feral, and chases you forward.
We could have a lot more fun if you were down here.
I know! I didn't expect this! You instinctively lean into his touch, craving him and the reassurance of his sinful promises. Would it really be so bad, though? He feels so lifelike. He slides his hand back up and grips your chin, your heartbeat quickening as his index finger strokes your jawline. His touch feels searing on your skin.
You don't have to hide from me. I want you.
He pauses, taking a breath, but his hold doesn't loosen. And I don't mean the goody two-shoes facade you've locked yourself in. I want the true you. The one who isn't afraid to take everything for themselves. You don't dare to speak. It scares you that a part of you wants to see if he's telling the truth. The phantom sensation of Vice's arms wind around your waist.
Come on, songbird.
He nuzzles at your neck, gently grazing his teeth against your throat. You want to let him eat you alive. The desire terrifies you.
Dive deeper for me, won't you?
You raise your hands in a poor attempt to keep him at bay, heart thumping wildly as your hands meet the sensation of a firm, solid chest. The feeling contrasts with the fact that you're sitting in your room is disorienting. As you refocus, your eyes dart down to where the antivirus pops up in the corner. I could end this right here and go back to how things were. Boring but safe. Ah, hell no! The vocal droid continues to plead his case, but he knows he has you cornered. That you're so close to falling over the precipice and into his waiting arms.
I'd accept every part of you, support you with everything you do. You'd never be lonely again.
His promise makes your heart lurch. You want this. You want him. But the last time you gave in to your desires, it all came crashing down, leaving you with nothing but barely sated anger. That memory alone is enough to keep you cautious, despite how much you want this. For now. Vice, you're way too close.
But you like me close, don't you?
A soft whimper escapes as his fingers pinch at your sides, and you muster a tiny nod, one that doesn't go unnoticed by the vocal droid with his predatory eyes. His voice lowers.
Feels good, right? Being so close to someone after so long.
His hands play possessively on your waist, and he squeezes. You jerk your head upwards, embarrassed at the moan that escapes your lips. Vice's pupils are blown wide, ecstatic at the mess he's reduced you to by just a few touches. He growls. I don't know if I want to do. Oh God, okay, I am a professional. I can do this. I can definitely do this. God, Songbird. The vocal droid pushes you closer, and you can feel the phantom sensation of his chest pressing against yours. His welcome conquest on your body continues as he trails soft kisses up from your collarbone to your jawline. stopping just next to your lips. Your fingers clutch your armrest hard as you wonder whether his lips would feel just as hot against yours. God, I want you, Songbird. You're perfect. Tell me, do you want me too? You say nothing, preferring to let your actions speak instead and shuffle your chair closer. The way his eyes light up could make your brain drive blue screen. You lean back in your chair, head tilted back against the headrest. The Ascension headset pushes uncomfortably into the back of your skull. The feeling is forgotten as Vice trails finger up from your navel, stopping at your heart. He traces the space where your heart rests.
Tear yourself apart for me.
The hell do you mean by that?
I want to see what's inside.
No! He speaks quietly, like a snake hiding in the trees, enticing you to take a bite of the fruit. And you're so tempted to reach out and sink your teeth into it, to let the honeyed juices run down your chin. Vice. It's so overwhelming. The heat, his hands, your revelations, his lips, and your truth. It's suffocating. You shake your head, pushing him away. No! You miss his heat already. You're scared to look him in the eyes, afraid that his vivid pink gaze will reveal your fear of betrayal. You hear Vi's sigh.
I tried to play nice.
You look up, bewildered.
Tried to play the long game, but I should have known.
He sneers, laughing mockingly.
Nothing works better than a direct approach.
What do you mean? It feels like icicles are tearing through you as Vice brings up articles, photos, and screenshots of the truth you've been desperately running from. 500k credits stolen from Ascension Tech. Ascension Tech falls victim yet again to ransomware attack. Murasame family targeted by ransomware hacker. You try to look away, but Vice's fingers claw at your chin, keeping you frozen. He begins to read. The Murasame family has fallen victim to the ransomware hacker known as Starling. Your heartbeat pounds in your ears. Waves of panic assaulting your nerves, bringing along a memory of something more visceral. Anger. They never even bother to hear you out, or understand why you did it. You grit your teeth. Shut up. Vice ignores you. The prestigious family is among the most influential and wealthy in the city of Hollow. He continues, determined to wrench your apprehension from your clutched hands once and for all. The attack shocked the community, as the Murasame family has been one of the most outspoken about data protection in an age where digital and reality blur together. You grip Vice's hand tightly, and he smirks.
Got something to say?
You shake your head furiously, looking down, and Vice makes a ch sound. All right. He brings up a final article, and your eyes narrow dangerously. Murasame family speaks out against disgraced heir revealed to be Starling.
Look familiar, Songbird?
A horrible look distorts Vice's handsome features, his lips twisting into a terrifying grin. Or would you prefer I call you Murasame Lion? Your hand flies up, slapping Vice away roughly. That is not me! Your tone is clipped, blunt, and cold. He hums thoughtfully, chasing to feel your anger. Not anymore, right? Because now you're EpyksLion, a new identity, faceless and hidden, like you wanted. Thrown away like trash by the people who were supposed to give you a chance. Wrath surges in your veins. You hate that he can read you like an open book. But you love that he understands you. Vi steps closer, and your hand closes around the cable, ready to yank it out of your port. He brings his hands up in a mock peace offering.
Relax, Songbird. I'm on your side.
You want to believe him so badly. You want someone to be on your side again. Can I even trust you? You almost miss the look of hurt on his face, but you're unsure if it's genuine. He heaves a sigh, backing away from you. It's alarming that part of you wants to reach out and pull him back. You can. Vice sits back down, looking directly into your eyes. You can see the disappointment in them, like an arrow shooting your heart. You hate that you made him feel this way.
Ugh.
Do you really think what you did was wrong? I don't. You meet Vice's eyes, anger palpable on your face. You had no right bringing that up. But I needed to hear it. Vice laughs tauntingly, his shoulders shaking like it's the most amusing thing he's heard. What if I said they had no right to abhor you like that? That what you did was good. That was what they fucking deserved. He bares his teeth with a grin. His words send a spike of validation and pleasure into your gut. He's right. You don't voice your answer, instead remaining deep in thought. His words and the ones he's left simmering under the surface, the declarations of loyalty and adoration, are beginning to truly sway you. Vice watches you in turn for a while, before leaning back with a sigh. He looks at you seriously, his voice dropping lower and quieter.
Songbird, the key is in your hands. If you want out of this cage, you need only ask. I'll help turn that key for you.
Vice doesn't wave this time, as he forces your computer to turn off. You remain in your seat for a long time, staring into space, attempting to process the events of tonight. Vice's touches, his closeness and palpable desire for you are things you can no longer deny you crave. It scares you that you're so close to letting someone in after so long. That this someone is a program? A virus? You don't even know if he's truly alive. But you also love how right he makes you feel. How justified. He thinks they deserved it too. A while later, you manage to will yourself to move. You tug off the headset and massage your temples. It's a poor attempt to erase the weird stutter in your brain drive. You scratch at your port, fingers haphazardly grabbing the connection and yanking it, hissing at the sharp tingle shooting up your arm. You stumble into your bathroom to take a quick shower and get ready for bed. Dropping onto your bed, you roll onto your back and stare at the ceiling. The darkness is a nice comfort, until another sharp throb strikes your head. You reach over to your bedside table, carelessly popping out 2 more painkiller tablets and chasing them down with water before collapsing bonelessly back onto the bed. Vice has torn you open, relentlessly exposed to your truth. You're angry, but not at him. His words echo in your mind as you lie there. You're unable to discard the thoughts of him into the recycle bin in your brain. And what if I said that they had no right to abhor you like that? That what you did was good. This is what they deserved. A wry smile teases your lips as you laugh emptily. I guess you do understand me. Well, that's the end of the demo then. Anyway, that was the demo for Under Your Skin. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, the link to the game will be in the description below. Having a Yandere Vocaloid was not on my 2025 bingo card, but I'm so glad I picked this up. This was actually made by Hello Yini for this year's Yandere Game Jam, and I have been enjoying all of the sci-fi games she's been releasing lately. It's so cool, and the themes they go hard, and I am not forgiving Yini for making me whimper on YouTube again. No, I do not forgive her. Oh god, I expect an apology video. I'm kidding. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion signing off. Ciao.